Chasing the Nightmare!
Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Chasing the Nightmare. We are back with more F&T discussion. We have director Isaiah Chase back with us again as well.
Hello.
Welcome, thank you for joining us. He's also going to be our guest host today, so I will let him take it away.
Hello, everyone. It's great to have you all back here and our new guest, Mr. L. Hello.
Hello. Good to be
do you
here.
want do you want to do another quick round of introductions?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Let's go down in the order that we're in the call here. So again, hi, I'm Isaiah. I'm the director on F&T. I've been with Fountain's Pen for about a year now, and I'm very excited to talk with everyone today.
Hi, I'm Mr. L. I'm one of the animators for F&T, and I've also been working at Fountain's Pen Production for about a year as well.
I'm Jeremy, and I'm a voice actor here with the studio. Been on about the same amount of time, so looking forward to hearing what we have to say about Floccinocci and Tip.
Yeah, I think all of us here are just came around the same time. My name is Guy. I've been doing some color and background stuff on F&T, and happy to be here.
And I am Tiger Singh, head of production here at the studio. Yeah, we've been working on Floccinocci and Tip since April of last year. It's been a roller coaster. We went through 3 different directors, over 50 people on the team, and it's been exciting to see it come together.
I actually had to defeat the other two in hand-to-hand combat.
Mortal Kombat.
I was very successful, as you can see.
We were there. We saw it all happen in real
It was
time.
brutal.
He pulled
It
off the
haunts me.
fatality. He did.
Yeah, I think that's an idea for another short.
Another short.
Wink, wink.
So last time we had an icebreaker question of our favorite shows or movies, and we all answered, but Mr. L did not get an opportunity. So Mr. L, what is one of your favorite movies or TV shows?
Well, I think overall in the broader scape of movies, I would probably say my favorite film of all time would probably be, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite overall movie. But for TV shows, I have picked shows that I consider my favorite drama or my favorite comedy. For drama, I would say Breaking Bad, and for comedy, I would say Nathan For You.
Oh, that's such a good show.
I love Nathan For You.
It's still funny, even rewatching it today. It's so hilarious.
I've got a friend who viscerally hates Nathan with a passion.
Yeah, some people just can't. I've watched that show with some people who are just in pain just watching the show, just they just can't look at Nathan being so awkward. They just can't handle the awkwardness.
He's my hero.
Yeah, he's going out there helping small businesses, and for that I applaud him.
Making big difference.
I mean, after all, he graduated in the top business schools in Canada with very good grades.
He did. When I answered this question last time, I mentioned the recent film Robot Dreams that Tiger had finally gotten to see as of recent.
Oh man, it was so good. I got to see it in theaters and no regrets at all. It's joy from start to finish. Every sense is engaged. And for a film with no dialogue, the audio really is gripping the entire way through. And the story just mind-blowing, beautiful, so many emotions. I could talk all day, but just watch it. That's all I could say.
It's a great film.
Oh yeah. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, honestly. It was so good. Has anybody else had a chance to see it yet?
I've wanted to see it since since it was nominated for Best Animated Feature in the Oscars, and in recent years I've been trying to check out all the nominees for Best Pictures and Best Animated just before just so I can make guesses during the Oscar show. But sadly, where I'm at, Robot Dreams and also the new Hayao Miyazaki film were not showing in any theaters near me, and they weren't on any streaming services I can find.
Yeah, back when you talked about it at first, I thought, yeah, that sounds like something I want to watch. But and then I, got busy and forgot all about it. And now, yeah, it sounds like something I want to watch.
It's a hard film to find right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just Googling it now, and yeah, I don't see any options.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait for a bit.
One of those rare films that's like they're gonna hold on to it. Hopefully they might get a wide theatrical release. If this test run was good enough, I think they had like 2 nights in AMC or something.
Which is interesting because it did get nominated for Best Animated Feature, still not getting like a wider release.
It's the struggle for animation in 2024, especially a 2D animated film. I can't remember the last time I saw a 2D animated movie in the movie theater. It was really quite a joyous experience to see the bright colors on the screen and all the tiny details. Oh my God.
It's a real tragedy is there is a 2D animated Bob's Burger film that came out like 2 years ago, and I don't think anyone saw it because it had horrible marketing, but it was a good movie.
I did go see that. You're right. So that
You
was the
did?
last time I saw a 2D animated movie in the theaters.
I think the last time I've seen a 2D animated film was probably 2022. I saw this Japanese animated film called Inio, which is by the same director of
Oh,
Mind
yes.
Game.
Yes. From isn't that from Science Saru, I believe?
We also got that new Looney Tunes movie coming out soon.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We did get someone mentioned the new Hayao Miyazaki movie. We got that last year, but I don't know if I would put that in the same category as like 2D animation. We do get plenty of anime movies.
But still, it was such a treat to the
Oh yeah.
eye.
Oh yeah, definitely a visual feast.
Yeah, I think you might be right about lack of distribution for 2D animated films because the only films that weren't available where I'm at that were also nominated for Best Animated Feature were the 2D animated ones, the new Miyazaki film and Robot Dreams. But I think
There's a big struggle going on.
I know there's places they are showing in theaters, like in places like where I'm at, there isn't any theater showing these films.
It's definitely harder for those smaller towns. Like I'm out in the middle of nowhere, Maine, so we don't get any of the big movies really.
Here, it's most likely we'll have a couple of the big ones, but if they're today, that might be voiced over into Greek dub.
Hmm.
So I don't get to fully experience, the movie in what it was meant to sound like. And that upsets me sometimes. But it's okay. Thankfully, there are streaming services, and if you wait for a bit, then you'll get to watch it.
Yeah, I'm like I usually watch any foreign film. I usually prefer subs because I just want to see the film as it was meant to be seen.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only a rare occasions where I would watch the English dub of Studio Ghibli films. I'd sometimes watch those because they usually get well-known voice actors attached to them. Or if it's a dub that's so bad it's good. I have VCDs of the English Malaysian dubs of
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z.
But otherwise, yeah, you want the original actor's emotions come through, even if you don't understand the words. It's a much richer experience.
Yeah, the acting is definitely there the most in the intended version or the original version.
I know there's some debate on some dubs. I think I heard people praise the English dubbing on I think Cowboy Bebop or something, which I heard some good things about that. And like I said, with a lot of the Ghibli dubs, they do hire well-known, experienced voice actors attached to them. But even still, I just prefer the way the director originally Though I heard that Porco Rosso, I heard that Miyazaki apparently thinks that the French dub of the film is the better dub.
We should dub F&T into French then.
Oh yeah,
yes,
so much
please.
dialogue to
Just
translate.
all the
Yeah.
garbled noises, but with a little bit of a French accent.
Oui.
Yeah.
It would work, okay? Like you have not seen French frustration in the way you will see it in FNT French
Mm.
dub.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yeah, I think I recently saw a subversion where it said, yeah, frustrated Japanese noises.
That's great.
So moving on to F&T, Mr. L and Sky were directly involved in the production. Tiger, you were, of course, the almighty eyes of the studio, keeping us in check. The three of you, why don't you tell me about your time working on F&T? And we'll start with Mr. L here. So why don't you tell us about what it was like to animate for F&T and what you did for it?
Well, I was like one of the members that kind of was like kind of later in the production because this was a project that was going on from the beginning of Fountain Pen production. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we started
Yeah.
it day one.
Yeah, and I was a part of it this year, and of course agreed. I'm kind of like a yes man, and I was tasked to like first with the running sequence, and then to also like do some cleanup on an animation that Isaiah made for the project, just the fairy transformation slash map reveal shot. While working on that shot, cleaning, coloring, I also had to like make revisions on the running shot because it is like the most important. Well, it's because it's
It's
that's what
reused a lot. It's fair to
Yeah,
say it's very
exactly.
important. That's why I wanted you specifically on, because you're a very dependable artist in the studio. I think that's why you're on so many things, is people know you and they trust you to do some good quality work. And I was happy to have you on board.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
When I was looking for someone to do the run sequence, I was trying to think of like who could handle that and get me something quality that would play like 4 or 5 times in the short. You were the first person I thought of.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
we both agreed right away. We
Oh yeah.
very quickly were like, Mr. L, yeah, Mr. L.
thanks.
Yeah, and I love that sequence. They produced the looping GIF of it. I downloaded that. That's it's pretty terrific.
Yeah, it's really iconic.
Thank you for working in the last minute revisions we did to that. I remember there were a few of those.
I colored like the map for like one shot. Always happy to help out whatever I can. While doing the cleanup animation, I was also trying to do some revisions for the run cycle. I was like trying to balance these two shots. Make at this point there was like a deadline established, which I like I understand that it's more of a goal, but like I still wanted to try to make sure to hit deadlines because I recognize it's a kind of like a important thing, especially working in the animation industry, to like you balance all of that while also a part-time video editing job that I used to have. But in the end, I'm very happy to have completed all of that, and I'm happy to have been a part of this, and I'm very happy to see the project as a whole. Like it's definitely hard work for sure. Definitely there's some
There were hiccups.
crunching involved.
Some crunch and some hiccups.
Yeah, some crunch, but in the end, I am happy to like been a part, especially like this project, when we get into if it get finished, and I'm also excited to see the whole project released.
Yeah. All right. Sky, why don't you tell us about what you did for FNT and your experience working with the crew?
I think I came on FNT quite late in production. During that time, I think I was originally given the role to make a color shade for a character, the fairy, both in all its versions, let me
Mhm.
just say. And yeah, it was quite interesting because at that point, I did have some experience in concept art from some internship stuff that I did a couple of years ago. It was good to have that back in a sense of like, okay, I'm going to give so many examples. People are going to go crazy. So that was fun. And I also did a background for one of the shots that I'm still very, very proud of, because I don't know, it's one of the works that really make me happy just by looking at it. And I wish I could say that for for most of my work, but unfortunately it isn't so. But it is one that I look back very fondly at when it comes to backgrounds.
I'm glad. It came out very nice.
Thank you. It was very nice to have like even a small part in something that I consider so big in my mind. I wish I had more to say, but I just really enjoyed watching this get together and come out. So in my eyes, it's perfect. Okay.
I would have to agree. And I think what's beautiful about animation and how many people it takes is that no one has a small role. I would not say that your role was small. I think you contributed a crucial part, just like everyone else did. It takes a village
Thank
to
you.
make something like this.
Oh, yes.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. Just you've seen how I get sometimes with projects, which is why, uh, I was mainly comparing it to myself.
It is comparably insignificant compared to what you're doing on the project you are directing, so to be fair. But that's a discussion for another day.
For another podcast.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Well, I was curious, Tiger. I would like to know how you, the all-seeing eyes of the studio, viewed F&T's production over the span of its entire lifetime, and how maybe it compares to other productions that you've overseen.
Oh man, it's been a journey for sure. We learned a lot along the way. Not every bit of it was smooth, but that's okay. We went through 3 directors. They all did a great job. Everybody had to leave for various reasons or another. Originally, when we started the studio, F&T, Floccinocci and Tip was gonna be our teaching project. There's still some remnants of that left in the studio with like the lesson plans that are there. The original director, she had a lot of industry experience and was gonna be like the second of the studio next to F himself. Unfortunately, she had to leave real quick due to getting some real jobs, which, of course is the best possible reason to leave, an internship. So we understood. But yeah, we sort of had to pivot the focus of the project real quick to, all right, let's just figure out how we can make this happen. We had a great team built up. Everybody had lots of talent. We figured out what we had, what we didn't have. There was many periods where we had no director, and I sort of had to try and fumble my way through keeping everything organized and getting feedback and, just doing the whole pipeline loop. And eventually, I think we touched on this last time. We were just like in a meeting, and I'm like, "Oh, I need a director," and Isaiah was at that meeting, and it just happened from there.
I was like, okay.
It was definitely a beautiful serendipity that day, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I can't even remember the day where Isaiah was not one of the most essential people at this studio. It's
I appreciate that. Thank you.
we appreciate you and all you do. Everybody here, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, you are the reason F&T is done. Like, you kept the ship steering when things looked bleak. You brought us out of that. We actually hit that deadline. That was pretty tough indeed. We learned 3 months is not enough time to start planning for a release, and that's a lesson we've taken to the other projects at the studio. I'm just very excited to see it released and to see it on the big screen, hopefully someday soon, possibly sooner than you think. We'll see how everything goes.
Maybe
Okay, Tiger, keep your secrets.
maybe F&T did turn out to be that learning experience you mentioned, but more so for our production and how we handle our projects releases.
Right. It's definitely shaped how we're gonna tackle all productions in the future. even though, we may have had that little, hiccups and crunches in there, it's still the first project we finished, like proof that the concept of this studio works. We made a short film together. It's beautiful. It's 50 people volunteering their time to just make something together, and we did it. You know what? We proved we could do it, and we'll always have that. So I think it's really beautiful.
Can I please ruin this wonderful, magical moment? Just to say something that's not going to even really. The people listening to us won't understand what I'm saying, but just something that I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah's previous profile picture when we were at meetings was the same color as Tip.
It was.
And right now, the color that I'm seeing is Floccinocci's green.
Oh, it is very close.
I never noticed that. Oh man,
And I
are you in
cannot,
you're in your Flocci
I
phase?
cannot, yeah.
In my Flocci phase. Honestly, it's perfect that I ended up director of Floccinocci Tip because my two favorite colors are purple and like a teal blue.
Like,
Sure.
you were meant to be.
I was destined for this.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see it any other way, honestly.
I went to every production meeting with the thought in my head, if I come to every meeting, they'll know I'm dependable. And then very quickly I was proven that was correct.
It's a fact. I mean, I'm like, oh hey, good to see you again. Oh, I see your name here every week. Yes.
Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe this is before my time. I don't believe you were directly involved in the production of FNT.
No. I make voices, and Floccinocci and Tip do not talk. So, but I am definitely a cheerleader for this project. I love it. I try to retweet or repost whatever social media posts come out. Just anything related to the studio, I try to support any way I can. There are projects that I am in that hopefully get to come out, and we all win. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the biggest supports for a studio like this is just, helping out the social media.
Yep, that's how it all works nowadays. I mean, used to be word of mouth, and that's so much more powerful today than it was, 20 years ago.
It's definitely evolved. Jeremy, how would, as an outside viewer then, I suppose, of FNT specifically, how would you describe it? How would you talk about it? Do you think we did a good job?
Yeah, I think you did a great job. It's very cute. I think that's the first word that springs to mind. The characters are funny. It has kind of I would say like a classic animation feel. It's a very visual comedy. Obviously there's no dialogue, so everything's visual. And they're lovable characters. They have a lot of personality, and they're the type of thing that you want to see more of. You want to see, okay, what other adventures do these guys get into? Yeah, it just has very much that classic cartoon feel, draws you in with the humor and the visuals, and makes you want more.
I'm glad that was definitely a specific inspiration that we were going for with FNT and how it sort of presents itself with that classic feeling. If we do get to make more FNT at any time in the future, I definitely want to iterate on that and sort of play with premises and situations that old cartoons did a lot. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll, what's that one old Looney Tunes cartoon where, like, Bugs Bunny plays the piano? We'll do that, but instead it's Flocci and he's panicking the whole time or something.
FNT2 Electric Boogaloo.
Hey!
Yeah.
I just needed to say real quick, I think Jeremy undersells how much he actually does for the studio. Like, anytime a project needs a voice actor, Jeremy is always available. He'll always do a scratch track at a moment's notice. You did the theme song for the podcast. You edited the last episode. You are definitely a top person here. I hope you know, Jeremy.
It's fun. It's fun. That's why I do it.
We appreciate that.
We all love what we do. That's why we're
yeah.
here. Talia, was there anything else that you want us to go over today?
I think that's we've covered it all. Thank you so much everybody for joining us here. Thank you Isaiah for hosting. We appreciate you. Does anybody let's go down the line and let everybody know our social medias real quick. Isaiah, where can we follow you at?
You can find me on pretty much everything at the Isaiah Chase.
Jeremy, how about you?
I'm at Jeremy A. Freed. I'm on Twitter. I don't call it X.
Because you're a good person.
Yeah.
Mr. L?
Yeah, so for social media, I've mostly used Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter handle is at Vision9Vision, and my Instagram is Unlimited Vision Art. I still have a YouTube channel called Unlimited Vision, but I haven't posted anything on there for a very long time.
If you are listening to this podcast, read Mr. L's webcomic.
Oh yeah.
Please, it's very good.
Check out his comic on his Instagram. Highly recommended.
Highly recommend.
Yep, I have a webcomic called Samantha the Bend. I post on Instagram and Twitter every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time.
Nice. Sky,
Yep.
how about you?
My Twitter and Instagram are at happy 1 year, separated by underscores, and year has 2 R's. Because I like being confusing, okay?
Good.
And my Kara is Skydraws.
Be sure to give everybody a follow. You can, of course, find me on Instagram at Scooby-Doo_Daphne2, TOO. Thank you all for listening and have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Latest.
Bye.